That's a villain origin story. That's messed up, man. That's messed up. Hi, my friends. I should probably be in the middle. I don't want to say too much. I obviously just finished watching episode 22. I want to get these last 4 episodes, like 4 episodes. I just 4 episodes left. And then I'm done. And I can move on to other things. And I've been dragging my feet so badly for one reason or another. And I thought, I've been busy with cleaning and doing this and doing that for my family and a family member who's sick, and then not be me being sick. But I was like, but no, if I just, and I had this excuse like, oh, my room's dirty, I need to clean my room. And yeah, that's true. I need to keep my room clean. But at the same time, it's like, but it's, I can take time to like, okay, I've got 45 minutes to myself instead of wasting it on my phone or whatever. How about I sit down and record? How about I just keep my room for the most part clean? I mean, I can just sit and record and get things like recorded periodically, so that way all I have to do is like do editing and then I'm okay. So I think I'm making a mountain out of a molehill in terms of just sit down and get it done. Just get it done. Stop wasting time on your phone. Stop wasting time on this. And I guess the great thing about being sick is that I'm not going to the gym this week. But even when I didn't go to the gym a certain week, I still wasted time. I was like, no, I think I'm wasting too time. I realize I'm on my phone way too much. I'm not being productive. So I'm like, let's get this done. I want to move on. Keep your eye out. I have a poll going out now that I have my community posts now. I can put out polls, so I'm gonna ask what next anime to do. I am looking for something very different, or maybe kind of a little different in terms of on Patreon. By the way, please go support me on Patreon. I really appreciate that. It is tiered, so that way you can support me a little bit or a lot of it. It's up to you. But the thing about not Patreon, but the poll is that I did a poll on Patreon, but I only have a handful of patrons. So it was a tie between doing Haikyuu next, which is very different, and sports, which is not my background, or Demon Slayer, which slaying demons is also not my background. So those were the two ones that were tied. So eventually I will get to both of them, but one will come first before the other. I also want to react to Gintama eventually, but I also learned there's multiple seasons, and also Gintama is a parody of another anime, and someone said you should watch that anime first, so I'm probably going to do that. I also have some live action stuff to get back to, and get back into swing into. Superman's Lois Season 2 is like probably halfway through, and I still haven't recorded anything yet. It's such a mess. Anyway, I gotta use this me being sick as a way of like, get things done! Come on! No dragging my feet, no wasting time. Quit wasting time on my phone. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Last episode was pretty intense. I actually love the second half of this season. I'm loving this last handful of episodes, like 6 episodes about the villains. It's cool because to see what they were up to, and we know that the League of Villains and the Metal Liberation are going to be working together, but the question is why? We're getting a taste of that. And also the fact that so many of the episodes in this last half of the season is devoted to the villains is fascinating to me. But as much as we want like the League of Villains to be the Metal Liberation people, and there's other things as well, and we like some of the characters, we do have to remember they both want really evil things. They just want evil things in different ways. So we want them both to lose. Excuse me, I'm sick. Thankfully, you can't catch my sinus infection via computer. Anyway, a little bit of pressure here. Anyway, that's all I've got to say. I'm excited. If you're watching on YouTube, there's no sound, partial image, keeps the copyright monsters at bay. Let's dive in. Yes, they are. Oh, she's going really fast. that man cares very deeply. Which is why, like, characters like Twice you kind of like, because he's, you know, like I said, if he wasn't a villain, we'd probably consider him being a himbo, because he's kind of handsome. But it's interesting to think, like, based upon personalities, like, who can be rehabilitated and who can't be. But even though, you know, Twice is the more likable of all of them, he cares about his friends. He actually loves. And that means that he's not going to abandon them. Interesting how, like, at least a couple of those people now in the intro are dead. Really intense. The Carusos cracks me up. This one, my favorite intro song is still the one for the exam arc. It's still Beast. But this one's pretty good too. Now, sometimes they make songs for the anime, sometimes they make the song and they use it for the anime. How many Japanese artists do you think write these songs and think, how can I write this to best service an anime? Or do you think they get approached, hey, can you write this song? Or is it, I don't know. Oh yeah, he's going after the, big shot guy. Instaplot. Again, the weak meta thing. That's a crazy quirk. Ensign. Trumpet. Insane. Those who trust him. Ah, so if you automatically don't trust him, he can't sway you to his side. Fascinating. His hair. Gecko. I was saying, his quirk would be considered quite low because it's just a physicality. Kind of like, oh, shoot. Oh, I forget his name. Our lemur guy with the tail. Oh! That was so anticlimactic. He's like, boom. Now he got inspired by I'm blanking. It was weird earlier when I saw him without his mask. I was like, his face looks so different. Right. Totally forgot. Mr. Politician. We all jokingly call him Donatello, right? Yeah. He's a Donatello. Yeah, because he got protected by mud creatures. So he can blow up his entire... Does he look like he is big? Dude looks like a bird. How do you feel? They murdered so many people. They are very dangerous. He just looks like a big scary bird. Ooh. Oh, that, bam, bam, bam. That was nice. That kind of rhythm. Lost his shoes, man. Still spinning in the air. Jeez. Interesting. He's got him by the hand. Stress. He stores up his stress. Man, he's got a lot of stress then. Jeez Louise. Is that why he looks so dark and black? Kinda, yeah. Looks like an ogre. Indulges in destruction without creating anything. On his hands. The heart is a woman. Oh, he's telling him to marinate in those bad feelings and moments. Oh, her sister. Oh, sister's hand. Look at everybody dealing with trauma and issues facing these guys. Oh. Oh, I've got a raging headache. Oh, I just crushed his hand. Ooh, only got a couple fingers around, and he hurt him. Cracked him. They're leveling up, man. Everybody's leveling up. Going through something. Yeah, they all are. They're all powering up in one way or another. Dude, where'd those shoes come from? Yeah, I think trying to go after the big gigantic guy has really forced them to level up in a way they hadn't had to before. Oh, very monstrous. He's like in a weird state, subconscious state. He turns it into a energy ball? This feels a little ridiculous. I'm gonna say this right now. He's missing something. Wasn't his grandmother... His grandmother was the hero, right? I don't... Dang. He's just a gecko, like, he's very... Oh, gosh, what is the name of that young man who has the tail? I'm forgetting. But he made himself into something, inspired by our hero killer. I think it's safe to say, because of all the training they've all been doing, pushing themselves over and over again, physically, by going after the... by dealing with the gigantic guy. I'm forgetting his name. They've pushed themselves physically to a point, like the heroes did, that they hadn't had to before. And it's paper. And because they've pushed themselves that way, that's why they have kind of leveled up in a lot of ways. And some of it is emotionally, with pushing themselves physically. They've also hit an emotional point, like with Twice, when he realized, because he was so hurt but didn't disappear, that he was him. He had that confidence to just, boom, let go. And even to make sure that he goes, it doesn't matter who we are or what we do, we have to work together. Kind of taking control of his doubles in a way that he didn't before, or maybe did but stopped caring. And then we see what's Shigaraki. He's so exhausted and so tired and really hasn't slept, that he's kind of, this exhaustion is bringing forth things that he's inadvertently buried. And again, also has brought him to a way to level up in a way that is unprecedented. But again, because there's a physical and emotional element to it, it's kind of really allowed him to kind of go that extra level. Now he's in some sort of weird subconscious mind state where he's just like all instinct, which is, he might be asleep, which is crazy. But now here comes the giant. No, we don't even get to know their birthdays. Gigantomachia. Did he actually crush his phone? Oh, so that red I saw earlier was not his shoes. Or... No, wait a minute. He had shoes and he didn't have shoes and he had shoes. I'm confused. I think there was an animation error there. So his stress starts physically and then comes out, but it can manifest itself energy-wise. I tell you, this kind of feels a little weird. I'm surprised his pants still fit him. He's in a weird subconscious point. I was gonna say, he doesn't want a future. Oh, that's why he's scratching. Scratching. Hmm. He could be a hero. Definitely very similar to. Hmm. She looks a little bit like Toga. Oh, so it is his mom. His mom was a hero. And then All for One killed her. That's why he is hero. Huh. He's upset because his mom was killed and he believed that she abandoned him. And that anger rolled over into his children. Hmm. She got killed by All for One. Hmm. And his hurt and his pain turned into anger and bitterness. Hmm. Hmm. And then it rolled over into his kids. It's a cyclical thing. And then she was killed. Hmm. Oh. Oh. Oh, gosh. Oh, he cut himself. His hair turned gray. And things might have actually changed that night for the better. And then it just went all bad. Oh, gosh. Killed his whole family. So his quirk was always that powerful. Dang. Damn, that's messed up. That is a messed up origin story. That's dark. Guys, wow. Once Night Eye was killed, it was really did open the door for a lot more graphic kind of for this show moments. I don't know if I'm gonna do a review for this episode. It's really intense. It is what it is. We got his origin. It's intense. It's messed up. Seeing how we get a little bit of a taste into his dad, though. How he realized he went too far, and that maybe things would have changed for the better after that moment, but that little hatred in his heart just filled and filled and filled. And it kind of awoke in something dark that was in him. That's really freaking messed up. If episodes 22 and 23 are this intense, what are 24 and 25 gonna be like? Oh my gosh. Still on to his origin, still going on. Was a pretty evil hand that killed his grandma. The devil's successor. That's actually a great phrase. Thanks. I'm here for it, man. Last handful of episodes focusing on this. Yeah, I'm not gonna do a full review. That was intense. That was insane. Last handful of episodes focusing on the origin story of this guy. It's pretty messed up. But as kind of rough the first half of the season was, with their freaking repeats and dragged out scenes and other stuff and more fillery moments, they kind of were like, yeah, we're gonna end pretty intense, just saying. Which I kind of expected because, like I said, they tend to do that with the series. They tend to now last season, season 4 ended pretty. Not season 4. Yeah, season 4 ended pretty light. And so it kind of season 5 started pretty light-ish, which made me think, okay, second half's going to be pretty intense, because they do kind of balance it back and forth. Whatever the first half of the season's going to be like, the second half's going to be more intense. That tends to be how it goes. So I do like that balance. But this episode was insane. Oh my gosh. I loved it. It was so good. Oh gosh, now I'm saying a lot. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please check out my Patreon. And again, keep an eye out for the poll about what anime I'm reacting to when I finally finish it. 2 episodes left. We're gonna get them done. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, share with your enemies. I'll see you next time.